Over the last couple of years, there have been some black people on YouTube, various YouTubers who have been trying to file a class action lawsuit against the site or the platform for racial bias against them due to the restricting of the content and the views and all of that stuff. I know I fell into that category. I wasn't a part of the lawsuit itself, but I think there are a couple of people that we are familiar with that were most likely a part of it as well. And of course, there were other people that were urging black people who were on YouTube to file a class action lawsuit against the website or against the platform because of what they also believe to be bias against people that they watch. Well, fast forward to today, well, actually August 18, 2023, when this article was posted. It didn't go the way that we wanted, but I'm not surprised by the outcome either. So this headline reads, YouTube wins racial bias lawsuit. US says the plaintiffs did not provide enough evidence to support their claims. I would like to see the evidence that was provided to determine what that is, or to see how they came to this determination. Because if you look around, there's plenty of evidence there. The article reads, YouTube has recently won a lawsuit accusing the platform of racial bias against black, and check this, they had to insert them in there, and Hispanic content creators. They just had to throw south of the border in there when it wasn't even them that was bringing the claims forward. I don't even remember seeing them pop up. When I think about when this first came about, I only heard it from black people. I didn't hear them be thrown in there in any capacity, but they always find a way to do that black and brown thing. I keep telling y'all keep thinking that black people are the ones doing the black and brown thing. It's really not. It's them others, the usual suspects, the one that's now trying to make a coalition with the Asian community. And I've already told y'all about that. The lawsuit was filed in 2020 by a group of black, I'm gonna say creators. I didn't see anybody who was in that other community that participated in this. I really didn't. Can someone point at least 5 of them out to me? Because I didn't know one. I wasn't aware of even one. I'm gonna say black creators who alleged that YouTube software was systematically removing their videos without explanation and taking away their ad revenue. The case title is Newman et al. Versus Google LLC et al. U.S. District Court, Northern District of California, number 2004-011. On Thursday, a U.S. federal judge dismissed the lawsuit. The judge, Vince Shabria, ruled that though the claim of the plaintiffs seemed plausible, they were unable to prove that they suffered any bias. The lawsuit was filed in 2020 by a group of black creators who claimed that YouTube's algorithms were biased against them. Now, peep this. I'm not going around what the article is saying right now. It literally says the lawsuit was filed in 2020 by a group of black creators. It didn't say black and Hispanic. Now, initially in the previous paragraphs, it mentioned black and Hispanic twice. But this part, it says it was black creators that filed the lawsuit, but they just shoehorned them, the south of the Borderians, in there just because. They had no part in this, but they just threw them in there because, again, they are the ones that keep lumping the black and brown thing in on us. I keep telling y'all really think it's a lot of black people that's doing it. It is some black people that's doing it, unfortunately, but a lot of the people that's doing it are the usual suspects that keep lumping them in with our situations and our issues. They allege that the platform was removing their videos without explanation and taking away their advertising revenue. The lawsuit also claims that YouTube allows similar videos by white creators to remain on the platform. The creators also claim that YouTube uses its power to restrict and block them based on racial identity or viewpoint discrimination for profit. The lawsuit was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California in San Jose. The plaintiffs included 8 black creators who had a combined total of more than 160 million subscribers on YouTube. So that's a lot of people. They said a combined total of more than 160 million. So these are people who have relatively big channels for it to be a combined total between 8 people. They alleged YouTube's algorithm were biased against them and that the platform was engaging in racial discrimination. On August 17th, 2023, U.S. District Judge Vince Shabria dismissed the lawsuit, ruling that the plaintiffs had failed to prove that YouTube's algorithm were racially biased. Judge Shabria stated that the plaintiffs had not provided sufficient evidence to support their claims and that YouTube's policy were content neutral, if they say so. In his judgment, the judge said that though YouTube said that its algorithm will treat everyone the same way, it did not promise that its algorithm is infallible. The judge further rules that there were not enough videos to prove the case. In fact, according to Shabria, some of the videos actually did more harm to the case than good. He gave YouTube's ban one plaintiff's makeup tutorial on how to achieve Donald Trump's distinctive look as a case study, claiming that this might be explained by the plaintiff bringing up the KKK and citing lighter makeup colors as symbols of white supremacy. Shabria wrote that the case certainly appears to be joking around, likely in an effort to mock white supremacists, but this would readily explain the differential treatment by the algorithm. The case was dismissed with prejudice. This means the case cannot be returned to the court after 5 amendments. YouTube welcomed the court's decision and stated that it was committed to ensuring that its platform was fair and inclusive for all creators. The company has been working to improve its algorithm to reduce bias and increase clarity. In a blog post, YouTube stated that it had made huge progress in tackling the concerns raised by the plaintiffs. It also claims that it will continue to work to improve its system. The plaintiff, after the ruling, said they maintain their stand on the YouTube's bias. However, they said they will keep a close watch on YouTube's actions. This will determine whether they will be back in court. The plaintiffs also claimed that a negative consequence of the case is that other people may not want to bring similar cases to court. However, they stated that they will not be deterred and will return to court if YouTube's bias continues. YouTube's victory in this racial bias lawsuit is a big win for the platform. The plaintiffs had hoped to hold the company accountable for alleged racial discrimination, but this did not happen. The court's decision is a setback for the plaintiffs. However, the issue of racial bias on YouTube and other social media platforms is still a big concern. As the platform continues to evolve, it would be important for YouTube and other companies to remain vigilant. They have to take care of issues of bias and ensure that their systems are fair and inclusive. So that's the entire article right there. Again, I'm not surprised that is the outcome that they came with. When they first brought this to their attention, I was like, yeah, I'm glad that they're bringing this to their attention. But on the back end, I'm sitting here saying to myself, they're fighting an uphill battle, because you're fighting against YouTube, and you know who owns YouTube is Google. But I will applaud their efforts for actually going straight to their head, even though this was the outcome of what it was. I wanted to highlight the judge that was involved with that decision. This is him, Judge Vince Shabria, and I'm guessing based off of that last name, he sounds Indian. I'm assuming. So that's one of Vivek's people. So when you think about it, when it's all said and done, and who they had in their back pocket in order to pass down this ruling, here you go. So I don't know what outside of this, what kind of other rulings this man has done as it pertains to situations such as this, but we're going to keep an eye on this guy right here. Just in case his name may pop up at a later date, we can always refer back to this video right here. And one last thing I really wanted to highlight is Cory X Kinchin. If y'all don't know who Cory X Kinchin is, he's a very popular YouTuber on YouTube. He has like over 15 million subscribers. He's probably almost at 16 million, to be quite honest. He's very one of the most popular black YouTubers on the platform, and he does gaming videos. That's really his realm. But last year, probably around this time, because I'm recording this video on August 21st, he had put out a rather unusual video for his channel. And I say it's unusual because he usually does the lighthearted gaming videos. I'm assuming most of his audience is in their 20s and maybe their teens. That's his demographic age wise. But he put out a video on his channel where he was talking about how he was dealing with racism on the platform. He was questioning whether it was favoritism or racism. And if y'all remember and y'all was following me at the time, I did a whole live stream reacting to him talk about it. As a matter of fact, it got so widespread that there was a whole bunch of people on YouTube who were doing reaction videos to this, even people that probably didn't even know who this guy was up until that point. But because he's such a big polarizing figure on the platform, let me put it this way. Cory is so huge on YouTube as far as a content creator that he'll put out one gaming video and that thing could have 1 million views in a few hours. This guy's also known to take a lot of breaks, and his channel won't suffer. He'll be good. As a matter of fact, he's on a break right now because I'm actually subscribed to his channel. He's on a break right now, so who knows when he's going to actually pop back up? Probably when that Five Nights at Freddy movie come out, because he's actually he has a little small part in that, so that's probably when he's going to pop back up, and that doesn't come out until October. But that's how huge of a content creator he is, to the point where people were doing commentaries talking about his situation and didn't even know who he was. But I had heard of him, and I had did a breakdown reaction, I guess you can say, type video to it. If y'all go on my live tab on my channel, you can go and find that if you scroll down, it shouldn't be that far back, but you'll see it's in the thumbnail, and you'll be able to watch and see what he had to say and my take on it. But he was questioning whether it was favoritism or racism, and a lot of people saying, well, Cory, it most likely was that we'll just put it this way, it wasn't favoritism. But basically he was talking about how YouTube was sending him emails saying that they couldn't monetize a certain video because of this or what, this, that, and the third, but it's just a gaming video. Then he had his YouTube representative reach out to them. Then they switched it and turned it back on. And then he had emailed them back because he felt like it was something else, like iffy going on with that. And then all of a sudden they took the monetization back off of the video and demonetized it again. So if you go and watch the live stream that I did and see what he said, you'll get a more understanding of what this is. But the point of the matter is, if this can happen to someone like Cory X Kinchin, who has a huge, massive following, what do you think? What snowball chance in hell do you think we have to stand against the machine known as YouTube when it comes to the topic at hand? Granted, he got the situation taken care of and it kind of worked in his benefit because, again, he does have a huge following, but the fact that it happened is the point. So yeah, and the thing about it is, the gaming that he was doing, another YouTuber who has a big platform, I think they have maybe about 10 million more subscribers, or a little bit more than he does, who is not black, was doing the same gaming, but nothing happened with them. But it happened with him. And then when he called it out, then they ended up saying, oh, we made a mistake, let's go ahead and demonetize his to balance it out. Like, he was like, no, that's not what I wanted you to do. It's the fact I was calling you out on it, and the fact that you thought that was the best thing to do. Like, no, like, you just proved my point. But if you go and watch the live stream that I did talking about it, it has all the details there. I'll leave the link to the live stream down below if you don't get the opportunity to go and check it out for yourself, even though I did direct you to where it is. But I just wanted to bring that up because, again, if this can happen to someone who has 15 million, probably 16 million subscribers, who does nothing but just gaming videos, we don't stand a chance against that machine. I'm just saying. And keep this in mind. They said it was 8 people with a combined total of 160 million subscribers who brought this to YouTube's front door, and they still lost.